Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make something, well, you can't call it real bacon, but it can give you the taste of bacon, and it's made out of eggplant. And I'm in my pajamas, so it's breakfast time. So here's what we're going to have. We got some agave nectar I have here in a bowl, and we got cracked black pepper, and you're going to add a lot of black pepper, but if you're the type of person that don't like black pepper in your bacon, you just don't add it. That's all. Then you're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, and everything is basically to taste. And this is the agave nectar that I used. Soy sauce. Now this I usually get gluten-free, but this is not gluten-free. But you can get gluten-free soy sauce. I use this in the place of salt. Plus it gives it a nice flavor, and it looks like I'm gonna be using a lot, which I am. But you're just going to be dipping the slices in there, and you're not going to be using all of the actual soy sauce in there because it is rather salty. And then the next thing I'm going to use is liquid smoke. I really don't like using stuff like this, but when it comes to bacon, and I love bacon, this is an exception. And a little bit goes a long way. If you use too much, it's going to make your food taste really nasty. So I'm going to add a few drops. Like I say, it's to taste. And if you've ever used it, you're going to know how much to use and how much not. We'll just start off with a little bit. You can always add more the next time you try the recipe. And then I use a little bit of grapeseed oil. And that's just to keep the eggplant from sticking to the parchment paper. Now, I already have some bacon in the oven, and I used it on a non-stick pad. And it's cooking, but I think that I should probably have used the parchment paper. So we're going to try this two ways. This is going to be two videos. It's going to be the bacon with the parchment paper, and then the bacon on the non-stick pad. So I'm going to show you how each one came out, so you can decide which way you want your bacon. We want to try to get it crispy, and this is going to be my first time trying this. So I hope it works. So now we're just gonna stir up the stuff that we had, add it to the bowl, and we're just gonna pour it over the eggplant. Okay. Now all you're gonna do now is just take the eggplant and soak it in the mixture. And you have to cut these as thin as possible. If you have a mandolin, that's best. If not, you just have to use a really sharp knife, but be very careful not to cut yourself. And this is, I got a kind of a medium-sized eggplant because this makes a lot. So if you're cooking for 1 or 2 people, just get a medium-sized eggplant. And what I'm doing now is just layering the eggplant in one layer on the parchment paper. And like I said, this is going to be part 1 of 2 videos. I did the first video using the exact same recipe. The only difference is I used a non-stick sheet in my pan versus the parchment paper. I am making a mess here. And it's okay if some of your strips are not the same, because bacon actually come in different, thicknesses. It's just that you have to keep check on it, because some of it's going to finish before others, and you don't want to over layer the eggplant because they need room to crisp up. I may have a little bit left over, but I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to use another pan later and get that. Okay. Alright, so this is what I have right now. And I'm going to stick this in a 300-degree oven for 45 minutes. And after 15 minutes, I'm going to start flipping it. Now, this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, and I'll show you the results of both pans of bacon.